Hi guys, my name is Gina. I'm a classical Pilates instructor here in San Francisco. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a Wall Pilates workout with my client and you guys absolutely loved it. I wanted to go ahead and expand on that and complete the task, if you will, and post a complete Wall Pilates workout. Some of these exercises are super great to pluck from for a private session to really help a client better understand that marriage of strength and length in the practice. And I'll go ahead and link that video below so you can see what I'm talking about. And otherwise, this is a really great workout that I'll use in a mat class, especially if I have like a strong athletic person who might be newer to Pilates itself, but has a strong core, has good body awareness. Some of these exercises are a really great way, like inappropriate in a class setting for helping people to really better understand that connection and the opposition through the work. So that being said, I would be beside myself if we didn't start with a little bit of the wall ending. I know this is typically used as an ending, but I want to do something a little bit more challenging towards the end. So for today, I'm going to bend the rules a little and we're going to get started on the wall. So go ahead and find a space. Today you will need 2 light weights, a magic circle, and a block, and obviously a mat, and then we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started, find yourself with your heels and heels together, toes apart, and walk your heels as close as you can towards the wall. Really try and press the back of your bottom and your hip bones as best you can. Press the 2 little corners of your shoulders up against the wall. As best you can, try and rotate the triceps back onto the mat. And here you're gonna notice it kind of feels like you're playing whack-a-mole with your body right now, right? It's really hard to give your back body to the wall. So start to inch your heels forward until you find a spot where you can nicely line up the 2 back hip bones, your shoulder blades, as best you can, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the back of the head. Now try not to gawk your head up or let your head collapse down. Just stay looking straight forward as if you were staring at yourself in the mirror. Good. Now here you could better rotate the triceps back into the wall. Notice here that this is about the same proportions as your 100 when you're laying down on your back. Start to reach the arms straight forward. Bring your head into the window of your arms, and then nod the chin to the chest and feel your first upper C curve here. You could let your palms just come down to the tops of your thighs. Press your palms into the tops of your thighs and hollow out the waistline as you start to nod the chin to the chest and just curl down to the tips of the shoulder blades. And roll yourself back on up. Good. Just 2 more like that. Nod the chin to the chest. Think of this as your first 100 upper curl. Press the tops of your palms down, anchor the powerhouse into the wall, and roll yourself up. Good. Stay connected. Hollow the waistline as you nod the chin to the chest. Good. Feel like your powerhouse is sliding up the wall as you lower your head down. And grow taller up alongside the wall. Iron out the collarbones. Open the chest. Now reach the 2 arms forward. Here, root the chest into the wall and reach the arms up as high as you could keep the chest and the rib cage rooted. Reach the arms out to a Y, down by the side, and start to draw circles like that. As you lift the arms, really root the chest into the wall. Good. Find your potential, find your max destination, and circle the arms out to a Y and press down. When those arms are out to a Y, I think of my body as a little wine cork. As you reach the arms out to the side, lift your powerhouse, lift your posture muscles, send the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. 2 more like that. Reach the arms up, out and around. Good. Now hollow out the waistline, zip up your stomach into the wall. 1 more like that. Good. Stay rooted and around. Now let's go ahead and reverse those circles. Arms come out to a Y. Bring the palms in front of you and feel your stomach lift and connect to the wall as you press the palms down to the thighs. Keep going in that direction. Go for 5, just like this. Mine certainly feel more like triangles than they do like circles right now. But I honestly feel like at the beginning of the practice, it's better to be extra methodical. Sometimes my practice kind of tends to flow as I go. And I think that that's okay. As you start to establish the connection, you can trust your body. But here, we want to really wake up every little bit and bob. Good, beautiful. Now go ahead, bring your palms to the wall. Gently lift the heels. And you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm shifting my feet into hip width distance parallel position. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide myself down the wall, keeping my back connected. I'll lift my arms up so you can see, keeping my back connected the entire time. Now, I want you to imagine you're on the carriage bed of the reformer, and you're gonna use your posture muscles to open the carriage bed and slide up the wall. And again, give your weight to the wall, keep all 4 points of your torso connected and everything in between it, and slide down the imaginary wall. Good, pull the waistline back towards the wall, and then let your legs almost just follow as you press into the heels and use your posture muscles to slide up the wall. One more just like that. Give yourself a chest expansion on this next one as you bring the arms back and slide up the imaginary wall. Very nice, good. Start to walk your feet back. Good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the camera so you have a more landscape view of the mat. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Have the equipment organized like so. Again, we're using 2 light weights. We'll use the block later. You can just push that off to the wall. And right now we're gonna go ahead and get started with the magic circle. So lie down flat onto your back and bring your feet into hip width distance parallel position. Like in a position if you were going to lift up for a bridge pose. Open up the knees nice and wide. Place a magic circle in between the inner thighs. Walk your fingertips forward towards your heels and slide the shoulders away from your ears as you do so. And then make sure your feet, again, are in line with your hip bones. Bring the seam of your leggings together to squeeze a circle, and just take a moment to pause here and notice how the lowest part of your belly starts to hollow out into the mat. Really force yourself to keep that as you release, release, release. And again, think of your body like a little push pop, and as you draw the knees together, you get longer through the crown of your head. Keep the crown of your head sliding back behind you as you reach the knees wide. Now let's find a little rhythm as we do so. Let's go for 10. Go in, and out, out, out. In, and out, out, out. Good. In, and out, out, out. It's more about what your inner thighs and your low belly are doing, and I'm less concerned about what the circle is doing. Good. Try not to just muscle through the elasticity here or muscle through the work. Rather, feel that reciprocal lift with each repetition, helping you to ground and connect to the mat a little bit more. Good. In, and out, out, out. 2 more. In, and out, out, out. In, and hold. Feel both feet on the ground. Start to press into your heels as you lift the hips up, and we'll find our first front body stretch in the beginning of the practice. And let's keep waking up that connection to the midline. Make sure that tail's underbelly in, and pulse in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, keep those sit bones squeezing together. Feel that nice long line through the front of your body. Knees keep pointing forward. Belly keeps scooping in. Feel that stretch to the front of the hip bones. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And release, 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 release. Good. Now, just while we get organized, remove the magic circle from in between the inner thighs, and then walk your feet forward and bring your feet into a 90-degree angle on the wall. So we're looking for a lot of straight lines, right? Straight line with your torso, 90-degree angle from the torso to the thighs, and 90-degree angle from the shins to the thighs. Now, I want you to stay in that hip width distance parallel position, so maybe the arches come up off of the wall when you open up the knees. Place the magic circle, and it's in between those inner thighs. Now, this is our wall sit that we just did for the wall beginning, if you will. Now, go ahead and bring the knees together and feel your belly connect to the mat. right? And this is how we should be supporting ourselves on the wall when we do our wall sits, and release. Now go ahead and do 10 like that. Keep all 3 points of your foot anchored onto the wall as you do so, and really feel like you're just bringing the inner thighs together. Feel how that helps you to energize the sit bones and hollow the waistline into the mat. I'm on number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Release the magic circle. Keep it handy. We'll use it for the top half in just a moment. Now, this is also really great because I think sometimes when we do our bridges, our upper back gets kind of lost in the sauce here. So I want you to really anchor both of the back of your arms into the mat and start to lift your hips up like you're lifting up for a bridge pose, and find that nice long line through your body. Here, you can really feel that heels to seat connection, and you can feel your upper back and your shoulders working the way they're supposed to in this elevated position. Now, tilt the hip bones to your nose and deeply articulate from the upper back, middle back, lower back. Stamp through the tail, release the hips. 2 more like that. Tilt the hip bones to your nose. Find that deep articulation as you start to lift the hips up off of the mat. Good, and release. 1 more just like that. Peel the low back, middle back, upper back. Find that nice long line through the front of your body. Can you just find depth in this shape here? Really press your heels into the wall, lengthen your knee bones forward a little bit more, pull the belly back, try and zip up the ribs like there's a corset around all your vital organs, and I want you to tighten it up. Good. Now from where the strings of the corset are, control yourself down from the upper back, middle back, lower back. Stamp the tail, and good. Here, release the hips for a second, and then get them involved. Go ahead and squeeze those sit bones together, and really try not to grip on the hips, but just keep the cheeks squeezing together. You could go ahead and just leave your feet where they are, and then go ahead and grab the magic circle. Long fingers, squishy part of your hands on the squishy part of the circle, and then soft bend in the elbows. And think you're using your hugging muscles here just to bring the heel of the circle together. Notice how that helps you to create space between the shoulder blades, and then anchor through the upper abdominals and release. Do that 10 times. What I love about Pilates is it just gives you a lot of feedback. And I always think regardless of where you are in your practice, I mean, in terms of like whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, I think it's so important to start your practice and start your day with some feedback. And I think that that's kind of a metaphor for life, right? Good. Let's go for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Narrow through the elbows, and I want you to imagine you have your dream house, the deed to your dream house between one bicep and the rib, and then the deed to your dream vacation house between the other bicep and the rib. Now squeeze the biceps to the ribs and go ahead and squeeze the circle. The forearms are gonna stay perfectly anchored down onto the mat, encouraging your collarbones to open, those triceps to wrap into your back. Good. Let this help you feel really rooted through the chest. We often say root the tail, but we forget about the chest here, and we forget about the upper half of the torso. Give the weight of the upper half of your torso to the mat with each rep. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Gorgeous, beautiful. Now, we can go ahead and be done with this for just a moment. Not done, but just for a second. Go ahead and slide yourself back, and we're gonna get ready for the 100. So, find your normal working level on the mat, but this time with your feet flat and heels together, toes apart. Keep your feet flat on the wall as you start to curl up through the head, neck, and shoulders. Just keep your arms by your quads for a second. Now, start to lift your lift your heels up off the mat in a way that helps you feel really grounded to the lower half of your torso. Now, start to press the balls of your feet into the wall just to lift up to the tips of the shoulder blades, and start to pump for the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep squeezing those sit bones together and reaching them long through your heels. Let that help you to stabilize the legs. I see this all the time when we're on the reformer and people's legs bounce up and down. I want you to keep the legs nice and still and use this as practice for stabilizing your legs, your pelvis, and your low back. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those collars open. Trust your back and really pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Lower down through the head, neck, and shoulders. Slide your feet down, and next is the roll up. So you're gonna go ahead and go heels together. Let's go heels together, toes apart, feet flexed, arms up. Roll yourself on up, and your hips will kind of slide under you a little bit on this first one. Let's officially get started at the top. Round yourself forward, and if your flexibility allows, I would love for you to have flat palms, flexed feet on the wall. Now really try and keep your heels on the wall. Keep your heels on the wall as you start to articulate the fingers off, and keep your heels on the wall as you start to roll back. Keep your heels on the wall as you start to roll back. Your heels will dismount here, but I really want you to try. I really want you to try. I really want you to try. Roll back, roll up. Now try and touch your heels to the wall already. Already be trying to touch your heels to the wall as you lift your head. Try and press the back of your hamstrings into the mat as you try and touch your heels to the wall and roll yourself up. Try and touch your heels to the wall before your fingertips touch. Touch your heels to the wall before your fingertips touch, and then round forward and press the heel of your hand. Press the heel of your hand and your heel into the wall. Let that help you feel open and expanded through your low back, and continue on with that opening as you start to articulate the heel of the hand off of the wall. And keep your heel on the wall as you roll back. Keep your heel on the wall as you roll back. Keep your heels on the wall as you roll back. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Good, roll back. Roll up. Now same deal here. Pick up the pace. Find some rhythm. Heel of your foot touches before your fingertips. Stretch, 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 stretch. Articulate the heel of your hand onto the wall. Inflate your back in all four directions. Roll yourself down. Roll yourself down. Keep your heels on the wall. I swear when I practiced this a second ago, I was able to a little bit longer. Whew, good. 3 more. Up and over. Feel free to reset as needed. Really try and use the wall as a piece of apparatus today. Connect to the wall. Remember, we're always looking to connect to the equipment in Pilates, but the 1A of it all is the mat. The wall is the 1B. And whatever other piece of equipment we might be using, that's the 1C. But they all work in conjunction with one another. Ooh, try and touch those heels to the wall. Articulate forward. Good. 1 more. Ooh, this feels so opening on my low back. And last one. Stretch. Now go ahead and really MacGyver yourself into a position where you feel really deeply connected to your heels to the wall before you roll down for the leg circles. And you may have to wiggle yourself a little bit further forward again. Let's give ourselves a little stretch. Grab the magic circle, reach that right leg straight up to the ceiling. Now stand into both of your feet, both of your legs as you pull the knee to the nose. Whew. Guys, you'll notice here that I put this in almost all of my mat classes. This should be called the best stretch ever. This has been such a game changer for my flexibility. Everyone should do this every single day. Okay, now on your next exhale, send your left heel through the wall and pull the knee to the nose a little bit more. Bring your right hand to the handle and your left hand out to an A-frame, and stand into your left foot as you open up that right leg out to the right and stretch. Now use the wall for feedback to help you connect the low back and your low abdominals down towards the wall. Be honest with yourself if your low back is still connected and if your stomach is still working. Try not to let your leg just spew off to the side, but really keep everything still drawing into your center and stretching away. Good. Now pass the handle over your center line. Keep this right hip down onto the mat. Left hand goes to the handle, right hand goes to an A-frame. If you want to use that right hand, you can encourage the hip to externally rotate and reach your right hip down towards the right corner of the mat, deepening the stretch. Keep hollowing your stomach into the mat with each exhale. Bring the handle back through center, pull the knee to the nose. Now slide the magic circle off of your foot without your leg moving at all. Grab that magic circle and then find that base here again with the squishy part of your hand on the squishy part of the circle. Elbows tucked up nice and tight to the rib cage. Point the right toe. Now squeeze the circle as you circle down, around, and up. Down, around, and stand into the wall. Down, around, and zip up through your stomach. Down, around, and give your weight to the mat. Down, around, and use your belly. Down, around, and up. Notice how this changes your range of motion when you're deeply connected. Reverse. Down, around, and use your belly. Down, around, and lift your stomach to the mat. Down, around, and send your heel through the wall. down, around, and find your posture. Down, around, and up. Switch the legs out. Ooh, I love that feeling when one leg feels longer than the other. Lift the left leg up, place the ball of your foot in the magic circle. Pull the knee to the nose. Good, and stretch to the back of the leg. Bring your left hand to the handle and your right hand out to an A-frame. Keep standing into that right foot as you open up the left leg out to the left. Good, feel that opposition in all 5 directions here. You're constantly trying to anchor your stomach down towards the mat and use your internal architecture to lengthen everything else away. Here's your oppositional stretch. Pass the handle over your center line. Bring your right hand to the handle and your left hand out to an A-frame. If you want, you could use that left hand to help encourage an external rotation and reach that left hip down towards the bottom left corner of the mat, finding a little bit more length through the low back. Keep standing into that right leg. You're mimicking standing on the ground. Pass the handle back through center. One final tug here, both hands on the handles, pull the knee to the nose. Now leave your leg where it is in time and space as you slide the foot off as you slide the magic circle off of your foot. Tuck up your elbows by your rib cage. Give that magic circle a nice squeeze. Leg circles, down, around, and up. Down, around, and up. Keep sending your heels through the wall, giving that magic circle a nice squeeze. Down, around, and up. And down, around, and up. Good, reverse, squeeze. Down, around, and up. Down, around, and up. Make sure that your outer glute, your inner thigh, and your low belly are all working together to control the circle and keep your low back nice and anchored onto the mat. Good. Okay, great. Go ahead and place the magic circle off to the side. We're gonna go ahead and be done with that guy for a moment. Grab your weights, roll yourself up. Doesn't have to be perfect here. And bring yourself as close as you can. Maybe one of your own feet's distances away from the wall. And then bring the weights to the tops of your ankles. Hover the heels off of the mat and simply roll like a ball back and just see what happens when you come forward. Okay, good. You may have plopped forward, very normal, okay? Roll back and imagine you're hollowing your stomach up alongside the wall to pause at the front. And again, roll back and then feel the imaginary magic circle in your center as you balance at the top. 3 more like that, roll back. Roll up and lift. Good, 2 more. Roll back. Find your balance, hold. Last one. Roll back. And roll forward. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. The ab series on the wall. So find your same working level that you did for your 100 as you start to lie yourself down. It's kind of like Goldilocks out here. It might not be the most smooth transition, but we'll find our place, we'll find our flow. Good. Now again, it's right about that normal, wherever your normal working level is, but start with your feet flat onto the mat. Start to lift the heels as you start to lift the head. Pull the right knee into the chest. Keep sending the back of your leg through the wall to lift the head, neck, and shoulders up a little higher. Now use your stomach to maintain the lift that you just achieved as you pull, switch. Pull, switch. Good. Keep pressing the ball of your foot through the wall to lift the head, neck, and shoulders a little bit more and find more depth in your upper abdominals to maintain that lift. Use that opposition for a little bit more balance and really pull the knee into your chest to feel that deep, juicy hip flexor stretch. Let's go for just 1 more to each side. We're gonna test our endurance here and keep our head, neck, and shoulders lifted for the entirety of the ab series. Good. So go ahead and bring both the balls of your feet to the wall. Bring both of your hands to frame your quads and slide your fingertips to your knees as you press the ball of your feet through the wall. Keep that lift as you bring the biceps by the ears and circle the arms around. Slide the knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug. On an inhale, everything reaches away. Find the balls of your feet on the wall. Slide your fingertips to your knees a little bit more. Bring the biceps by the ears. Circle the arms around and slide the knees into your chest. Hug the knees and anchor the tail. Inhale everything forward, curl up a little bit higher, use the wall to your advantage. Bring the biceps by the ears, circle the arms around, and bend the knees into the chest. And repeat. Inhale out, arms go back, Lift as you circle, bend the knees in. Last one like that. Inhale out, lift as you reach, circle the arms around, and bend the knees in. Inhale, everything reaches forward. Now keep sending the ball of your left foot through the wall as you lift the right leg up. Good. Now press into the ball of your left foot as you pull the right knee to the nose and curl your nose to your right knee. Flex and point your right foot. Keep that healthy pressure through the left leg and let that help you keep reaching and lifting. Reaching through the left leg and lifting through the crown of the head. Now switch the legs out. Same thing here. Reach that right leg through the wall. Let that help you deepen your upper curl. Pull the left knee to your nose and then flex and point that left foot for 3. Big stretch. Big stretch. 2 and 1. Now point both of your toes and we're gonna flow. Find the wall and pull. Find the wall and pull. Find the wall and pull. So good for your core stability here. And pull. Find the wall. Can you smooch your knee to your nose? Can you smooch your knee to your nose? One more to each side. Use that left leg to help you get your right knee to your nose. And same thing, use your right leg to help get your left knee to your nose. And pause. Rest the head for just a second so you have all of your faculties. Everything from the belly button down is still working. Slide the hands behind your head. Press into the wall as you lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Start to hover your legs off of the wall. Think of this almost like you're jump roping. Lower down, tap, and lift. Lower down, tap, and lift. Lower down, tap, connect to the wall and lift. Connect to the wall, curl higher, and lift. Good. 5 and up. Keep it light. And 4 and up. Tail stays down. Reach forward and tap and lift. Reach forward and tap and lift. Now find the wall and hold. Press into the balls of your feet and lift the crown of your head. Bend that right knee into your chest. Elbows stay wide as you swivel to the right. Tap your elbow to your knee and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Good. Let that opposition of the left leg help you to curl further to the right. And same thing with each rotation. 1 more to each side. Last one. And rest. Woo, that is so for real. Go ahead and roll yourself on up. Good. Doesn't have to be perfect because sometimes the wall gets in the way. That's totally fine. Now grab your magic circle, swivel yourself around. These next few exercises aren't super flowy because we are going back and forth a little bit, but that's gonna be just fine. So next is our spine stretch forward. So open up your heels as wide as the mat. Keep those feet flexed like we did when we were practicing for the roll up, right? Like you're sending your heels through the wall. Excuse me. Now go ahead and reach the magic circle forward, right? And this is so amazing because typically we have to choose between the feedback of the mat or just being suspended in air, and now we have both. So let's go ahead and actually start with our elbows tucked up nice and tight, back triceps to the wall, and feel like you're rooting the tail using your internal strength, and then rooting the top half of your torso using the magic circle for 10. 9, oh my God, so tall. 8, good. Pinch the sit bones. Imagine you're giving yourself like a little booster seat and you're going taller. Make sure that you're connecting your back to the wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now can you root the chest as you reach the circle forward? Keep the 2 corners of your shoulders hugging to the wall and then keep them anchored as you squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep your tail long, sticking into the corner. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now think of your wall Pilates that we did at the beginning. Squeeze the circle and keep the upper half of your torso rooted to the wall and squeeze for 10, 9, ooh, my armpits are working. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return the magic circle so it's just framing your heart. Bring your head into the window of your arms. Now, keep your low back and your waistband pulling towards the wall as you start to peel the head, neck, and shoulders off. You could think of our wall Pilates, right? Now squeeze the circle, hollow the waistline into the wall, and then start to articulate yourself back up. Why is this the hardest exercise that we've done so far for me? Whew. I'm gonna try and wiggle my tailbone into the little crux. It's kind of hard because there's a little crown molding here, but try as best you can to stay nice and lined up with the wall. Now bring your head into the window of your arms. Keep the two little corners of your shoulders plugging into your hips as you peel off, and then keep the waistband of your pants on the wall as you start to peel forward and reach the magic circle forward. Heels and circle reach forward as the belly pulls back and you roll up, up, up. No, can we do 4 with rhythm? Squeeze the circle, round forward and reach, reach, reach. Good. Anchor back and lift up, up, up. Good. Squeeze the circle, chin to the chest, articulate one bone at a time. Keep the last few bones just underneath the leggings waistband on the wall. Squeeze and roll back, back, back. Oh my God, why is this the hardest exercise we've done so far for me? Whew. Good. Squeeze and round forward and stretch, 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 and come up. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Whew. So much work. Okay, now go ahead and just place a magic circle off to the side. And next is open leg rocker. So you're gonna go ahead and slide forward. Turn yourself around. And find it's about the same proportions, feet a little bit wider than the mat. Bring your hands to your ankles. Let's see. I'm gonna come a little bit closer than I normally do. You might want to have your legs a little bit higher than you normally have here, because I want you to think about the muscles that I was telling you to keep on the wall as we do so. Well, now you're going to pull into them to lift your heels off of the wall. Take yourself forward. Think of almost like your tree here, right? And pull your belly down to the short box, imaginary short box, and come forward. Good. Now this time you're going to go all the way back, round back. Maybe you tap your toes to the wall behind you. And then, whoa, do as I say, not as I do, apparently. Come forward and bring the balls of your feet to the wall. Now, hollow out your powerhouse into your low back to lift the heels up. Rock back. Good. Now press your hamstrings through your hands and find the wall and balance. Good. Now use your stomach to hover the heels off. Roll back and up. Good. 2 more like that. Round it back. And take it forward. And good. Flip yourself on around. And then today, instead of corkscrew, we're just gonna do jackknife, so it's a little bit more straightforward. Lie yourself on down and bring yourself about into the center of the mat. I want this to almost feel like we're doing our tower. Start to lift your hips up to 90 degrees, lift yourself on up, and then slide your feet up the wall. You'll kind of know if you're in the right position. I'm gonna go ahead and slide myself forward a little bit more. Let's have you just start with your legs at 90 degrees. And think of the way we were doing the 100. Go back and then try and bring your feet flat. That looks good for me. That feels really good for me in the sense that I feel like I could stay lengthened through my low back and I'm reaching my hips through my heels. Now articulate your heels off of the wall. Keep reaching your hips through your feet and then resist as you roll yourself down. Feel a little double leg lift. Lift the hips up and over, inhale. Find the balls of your feet on the wall, articulate the heels. Now reach your hips through your heels. Start to articulate the heels up off the wall and keep yourself lengthened as you roll yourself down. Just 4 more like that. Double leg lift and inhale up. Balls of your feet find the wall. Press your heels into the wall, stretch to the back of the legs. Keep the legs long as you hover the heels off. Roll down. 3 more like that, lower lift. Inhale up. Balls of your feet find the wall. Heels find the wall, stretch. Now press, think of the bridge pose that we did earlier, right? Find your upper back, find your triceps. Lift your heels off of the wall. Find your triceps and your upper back as you lower yourself down. 2 more like that, inhale up. Good, remember, 1A is the mat. Stay connected to the body parts on the mat as you roll down. Last one, and up. Good, and just enjoy the stretch. Can you get longer through the back of the legs here? Good, and lower yourself down, down, down. Beautiful. Flip over onto your stomach, horse swan. The magic circle will be at the front, or rather the inside of the room, feet towards the wall. Good, now I think of this kind of like the same philosophy, if you will, as the ladder barrel. I'm just gonna keep the balls of my feet on the wall and heels together, toes apart. Start with your head down. And then for neck roll today, we're just gonna do swan. Heel of your hand on that magic circle. Now, press the balls of your feet through the wall and really try and let that help you connect the front of your two frontal hip points. In here, you could really try and hover your powerhouse off of the mat. You have a little bit of support here. Hug the shoulder blades to your hips. Now start to lift the rib cage and find some extension. Good. Hover your lowest part of your belly off of the mat and lengthen as you lower. 2 more like that. Press the balls of your feet into the mat to anchor through the hips. Inhale. Open through the chest. Good. And then give the circle away as you roll yourself down. Last one like that. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lengthen. Now this isn't an exact translation of the single leg kick, but I find especially for my tight athletic bodies, this is really, really helpful to find the mat and find the connection of the work. I'll go ahead and start on my left side. Keep the balls of your feet and heels together, toes apart. Bend your left knee. And then place the magic circle right at the base of where your hamstrings meet the glutes. And with a pointed toe, just go and hook your heel on the base of the circle, like so. Now keep the ball of your right foot really pressing through the wall. And then make a little diamond with your arms. Press your fist into the mat and lengthen your chest to your fist and your fist to your chest. And notice how it starts to feel kind of like the down stretch where you're really lifting your powerhouse. Now keep that as you squeeze for 10. Little hamstring curls. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. Bring the crown of your head down towards the mat. And then lift the kneecap off of the mat. 10. 9. Keep finding length through the right side of the back of the leg here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Go ahead and release the circle first. I would say find the ball of your foot, the ball of your left foot on the wall next. Perk up through your cheeks next. Bend the right knee. Hook the magic circle right at the base of where your hamstrings meet the glutes. Keep those knees pulling together. Find the little diamond with your arms. Now push-pull your chest to your fist and your fist to your chest. And little hamstring curls for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your head down. Anchor the top of the hip. Then go ahead and lift up for 10, 9, 8, find that extension to the front of the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Magic circle goes off to the side. Flip over onto your back for neck roll. Good. Hands behind the head. Now on an inhale, round your head, neck, and shoulders up. Let's find that same roll-up position so we feel nice and connected. Bring the heel of your hand to the wall and forward fold. Heel of your hand is reaching through the wall, heels are reaching through the wall. Now find that nice open back here. Hands behind the head. Pull the crown of the head to the wall and keep that. Feel like you're inflating your low back in all 4 directions as you roll down on this first one. Now let's go for the full expression. On an inhale, round forward and stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale as you start to stack the spine. Find a nice flat back. Now keep your heels on the wall as you hinge back with a flat back. Keep your heels on the wall. When you start to feel your heels leave the wall, scoop the tail under. Continue to traction your neck and lengthen as you lower. Lengthen as you lower, lengthen as you lower. And again, a little faster. Inhale up and stretch down, down, down. Inhale up, flat back. Keep your heels on the wall. Keep your heels on the wall. Keep your heels on the wall and roll down, down, down. Inhale up, exhale down, down, down. Inhale up, keep that flat back, hinge back, and roll back. Keep the heels on the wall. 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 Last one, inhale up, woo, down, down, down. Inhale up, hinge back, and roll yourself back, back, back. Woo. Work, good. Now, I really like the way we're gonna do side kicks today. Go grab your magic circle. The setup is more like our side kicks when we use the leg springs on the Cadillac. So make sure that your hips are lined up with the back of the long side of the mat. Your elbow will be in the crux of the wall with your palm flat against the wall. Grab that magic circle, tuck up your elbow nice and snug to your rib cage, and then the circle is just above your heart like we practiced when we did it on the floor and we did it on the wall. This is the first time we're really taking the feedback away. So squeeze that circle and hollow out your waistline and hollow out the low belly as if you're trying to connect to the wall behind you. Squeeze the circle as you lift the heel to hip height, and then kick forward and back. And notice when your torso is this stable, how this actually kind of affects your range of motion and you don't have the same freedom. So find as much freedom in your hips as the stability in your low back will allow you. Let's go for 5 here. So just about 2 more. Squeeze the circle, especially as you reach the leg back so you can feel that little bit of extension, just like we did when our hips were flat on the mat for the single and double leg kick. Bring the heels together. Now as the heel goes up, you squeeze the circle. 5. Feel that beautiful stretch of the inner thigh. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Let's try and connect the dots here. Squeeze the circle, kick forward, up and back. Ooh, so much harder like this. Forward, up and back. Really just focus on your torso. Excuse me, on your hips. Forward, up and back. Good. And release. Go ahead and reverse the circles. Back, up and around. Back, up and around. Back, up and around. And back, up and around. Good. That's plenty here. Just go ahead and flip over onto the other side. And we'll do the same thing. Make sure that your hips are nice and lined up with the back edge of the mat. Your elbow is just tucked up into the crux of the corner. Good. Make sure that your top elbow is smushed up against your rib cage and your heel of your hand is on that circle. Lift the heel to hip height and then kick forward and back. Keep pressing both of your palms down, one into the wall, one into the circle, and let that help you feel your nice authentic range of motion. You might not have the same range of motion that you do when you're not using a prop here because you're really connected right now, and that's okay. Go for 1 more like that. Heels together. Now squeeze the circle as the leg goes up. Let that help you stay really rooted through your torso here. Just go for 5. Good, 2 more. And 1 more. Now connect the dots, squeeze the circle, kick forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. You could probably tell I was on vacation last week and I was running a lot, so I'm really tight right now. So this is a little bit of a crunchy range, but we got it. Bring those heels together, reach back, up and around. Back, up and around. Back, up and around, and back, up and around. Bring the heels together. Beautiful. And then we're gonna go ahead and get right into our teaser. So turn around to face the wall. All right. Bring the balls of your feet to the wall and grab the magic circle here. Reach the circle to the wall. This is one place because I want you to keep your legs on the same diagonal that the toes may come up off of the wall as you start to roll yourself back. Just go to the tips of your shoulder blades today. And then lengthen your legs towards the wall as you start to slide the magic circle towards your feet. Give it a squeeze. Feel that connection to your low belly, low back. Let the balls of your feet come up off of the wall as you start to roll back just to the tips of the shoulder blades. Give it a squeeze. Feel your stomach root into the mat, and you use that to simultaneously peel your back up and reach the circle to the wall. 1 more just like that. Roll back and roll forward and up. Beautiful. Place the magic circle off to the side. Go ahead and take your block and bring it hot dog wise to the back of the mat. Just press up against the wall. Turn yourself around. Press yourself into a little downward dog and step the balls of your feet to the block. Ripple yourself forward so you're in a nice plank position. We're gonna go for some push-ups, so make sure that your wrists are just underneath your shoulders. Now bend your elbows towards your back pockets and press up. Just go for 3 and 2 and 1. Hike through the hips. Start to walk the hands back just a touch and walk your feet up the wall.
find a 90-degree angle. You should feel like your wrists are just underneath your shoulders. Let's see if I can find a nice long line. And then your bottom is in line with your shoulders. Find the 90-degree here. And we're gonna go ahead and just practice our one-legged handstands. So find a nice long leg as you lift the right leg up off of the wall and return it back flat. Same thing with the left. We'll do 3 to each side. Good. Lift the right leg, bring the heel in line with the hip, in line with the shoulder, in line with the wrist. And then same thing with the left. Settle your body in this nice long line and switch. 1 more to each side. Keep reaching that little spot where the hamstrings meet the glutes, up through the heel and switch. Find the wall. Start to walk yourself down nicely. Walk your feet forward so you're in a forward fold with heels together, toes apart, with your hands framing your feet. Reach your hands for your ankles and pull your forehead to your knees. Keep the biceps by the ears as you roll yourself up 1 bone at a time. Be like a human wine cork and send the energy up through the crown of the head as you bring your arms by your side. Very nice, guys. That is our Wall Pilates intermediate-ish workout. I'd love to know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns. Go ahead and reach out to me at gina.sf.pilates on Instagram, and I will see you guys next week with another workout. See you later.